as well. So the pitching seems to be getting a little bit better here as there's a fly ball into right center. Bussey with the dive! Oh, buddy! Web gem out of the gate for Reggie Bussey, and that's what he gives you on defense. He almost dove too far for that ball. What a play to start tonight's action here in Eau Claire. He is a human highlight reel in the outfield, is Reggie Bussey in center. I mean, he had to go a long way to get to that one. And you can see it hits kind of off the heel of his glove. Look at where he catches that. I mean, he almost overdove that. That's how again here to Richardson. Slider hit deep to left field. That one could be. It might be. Walk it off Express. The first walk-off home run for the Express at Carson Park in 10 years. And Gabe Richardson sends the 1,400 fans home happy as can be. A dog pile at the plate and a walk-off home run for the local kid, Gabe Richardson. Madison, you're very welcome. And another chance almost. Not a bad play there. Quick one over to first. As you get a little look there at kind of what the look is at the plate versus the look over at first base. Miller comes set, the payoff. Hit high in the air to left. That ball could be. It might be. It is! A grand slam for Ethan Ferris, the 5th of the season for Eau Claire, and it's 9-8 Express in the 8th. Holy cow! His second of the season, and that was no doubt.
And what a time to do it. And that's that bat speed. He got that bat out in front of the plate.
Well, fall is in the air in the Northwest. It's a nice day to head inside the P1 FCU Kibbe Dome for Big Sky Women's Soccer. The Idaho Vandals hosting the Portland State Vikings. A couple teams coming off results in their first matches in Big Sky play. A couple teams that were near the top of the Big Sky a season ago. I'm Trevor Williams. She's Haley Brown. So glad to be with all of you today. And Haley, for these two teams riding high, coming off a couple results to start the season.
Yeah, Idaho comes into this game 7-3-1, coming off one of their best wins of the season, 2-0 over Sacramento State on Friday, looking to replicate that again today against Portland State.
For Portland State, the goal on Friday was from Elle Frazier. Has 3 this season, forward from Portland, Oregon, who's playing some good soccer.
Yeah, Elle Frazier, the junior forward from Portland, Oregon, leads the team this season with 3 goals, including the game winner in a comeback win against South Dakota, and also scored this season against Hawaii and Eastern Washington on Friday.
For Hannah Alfaro Black on the other side for the Idaho Vandals. She came up with a penalty kick on Friday night to help seal it for Idaho in the 78th minute. She's now scored in 2 consecutive games.
Yeah, 2 consecutive games with the goal for Hannah Alfaro Black, one of the most experienced players on the team. So much poise in that penalty kick, and she gets the goal that ultimately sends Idaho over Sacramento State on Friday.
In terms of Sprink was trying to figure out a way to send it right in immediately and couldn't get clean footing over the ball. Elliker does get one sent in. Hannah Alfaro Black punches it over Milan. 3 straight matches with a goal for Hannah Alfaro Black. One of the top shot producers in the Big Sky is the first goal scorer this afternoon.
What a great ball in from Elliker there. Alfaro Black initially doesn't win the ball through the air, but she's able to turn around, just get a little outside flick of the foot, and it goes over the head into the goal.
A
A bright Saturday afternoon on the Palouse. We welcome you indoors to historic Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Idaho, where today it's Big Sky Volleyball between the Idaho Vandals and the conference-leading Northern Colorado Bears. Alongside Riley Rogers and our entire ESPN crew, Doug Taylor joining you for this one. And Riley, when we have a look at the Northern Colorado Bears, the top team in the conference, really seems like Sid Cole, their grad student center from Parker, Colorado, really makes things go.
Yeah, she's an amazing player for the offense overall. She's 7th in aces in the Big Sky, and she's 1st in assists as well as 14th in the nation in assists. She's just definitely a player they can rely on their offensive side. Engine that drives the offense, the straw that stirs the drink, whatever metaphor or simile we want to use. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, on the Idaho Vandal side, Chiara Gennari from Barcelona, Spain, outside hitter, had a really nice game Thursday, helping the Vandals give Northern Arizona some grief. It was a straight set win for the visitors, trailing early in this one in the opening set. Needing a big run here to get back into it. Third on the way. Receives, set up down the middle. A joust at the net, and the Vandals able to get it over. Full sets for Tessina. Big hit, but keeping it up there was Sert. Now from the back line, shoved over by Gennari. Steal for Placide, and Placide down in front of Gennari. Gabby Placide with kill number 4 on the afternoon.
She might be making her way to getting that record.
Trying to grab the Big Sky Offensive Player of the Week back from Cole. Well, we'll see how it turns out. Long way to go in this one. As Tessina serves for Northern Colorado. Gennari receives. Carmichael setting for Bricky. And that was a big swing and down for Taylor Bricky. Bricky's been the bright spot so far for the Vandals. That's her 3rd kill.
She's definitely a player that knows where.
ESPN's coverage of college football this afternoon from Moscow, Idaho. Early fall, a beautiful day. The Idaho Vandals hosting the Cal Poly Mustangs inside the P1 FCU Kibbe Dome for 2 teams that are looking to get back on track after losses their last time out. We welcome you inside the booth here this afternoon, everybody. I'm Trevor Williams. Along with me is Ryan Phillips, Idaho Hall of Famer, former NFL linebacker. And Ryan, let's talk about this team, Idaho, Cal Poly, both coming off tough results their last time out, and they're excited to get after it today.
Yeah, talking to both head coaches, they did not like the result that they got coming off big losses, and they want to come out today and prove to the Big Sky that that didn't represent their team. So both teams got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and will want to come out of the gates hot, so it should be a good game.
Bo Kelly for the Cal Poly Mustangs. Tremendous quarterback for them, a guy that's going to have to carry a lot of the load this afternoon.
Right, he's got over 800 yards passing this year and 4 touchdowns, and had a great game last year against Idaho Vandals, so it'll be interesting to see what he does today.
Over on the other side for Idaho, Jack Wagner back in the starter's role for the Vandals, an important player for a team that's been banged up at quarterback.
Yeah, also over 800 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The guy can run, he can throw. Both teams have gone through a lot of quarterbacks, so it'll be interesting to see what he does today.
For more on the quarterback injury, Jack Wagner rolls left, back right. Hamper trying to make the catch. He came down with it. Mark Hamper on his back, juggling it to the turf, and he completes the 29-yard pickup for Idaho.
Well, that's just what the doctor ordered. It looked like the defender might have got there a little bit early, but Hamper didn't stop to pout. He kept that focus and came down with that ball on his back. That's just the spark that Idaho needed.
Right away.
Leave everything on the court. Everybody else that's coming back next year, you guys all do your seniors. Leave everything else on the court. If we don't want to leave here, people will the rest of them behind.
Arthur Marrera's Vandal women back in the win column as they take down.
So your Bobcats have just clinched the Big Sky, at least a share for the championship. They will be the #1 seed.
Tonight, a great palate cleanser from the campus of the University of Idaho. We're cleansing the palate for the Big Sky tournament coming up. You got the regular season champs, the Montana State Bobcats, in town to take on the Idaho Vandals. Alongside Stephen Madison, I'm Trevor Williams. And Stephen, we expect a great game tonight between two teams who have really excelled here in the regular season.
Yeah, and the reason they've excelled is because they're both very good at defense. Two of the top teams in the Big Sky in defense and also in the country.
Esmeralda Morales for Montana State, really one of the leaders on this team, the transfer from Portland State, who can both score and dish the ball. 4 assists per game to go along with that third best scoring mark.
Yeah, the reason this team's running so hot on the offensive end is because of Morales, 4-time Big Sky Player of the Week. She does it all for this team, and you're going to see a lot of her tonight.
On the other side for Idaho, a lot of impactful transfer seniors being honored on their senior night tonight. Olivia Nelson is the headliner of that crew, has the highest scoring game in the Big Sky this year, her 31-point effort against Northern Colorado. We know one of the really cool things about college athletics and the rise of digital media, games like this on ESPN Plus, mostly a student crew. Ben Peterson, our lead producer, does an amazing job with all the students here at the University of Idaho. Now, he's not far out of college. You and I, we're old now, but it's really cool what all these students here have done at the University of Idaho, along with the rest of this crew. And I just got to say to everyone on this crew, I think it's one of the best shows in the country, bar none. And I know you and I get to go around and call a lot of games in a lot of places, and it's always fun to do it here.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. The crew puts in a lot of time as we see another turnover from the Vandals. But, when the NCAA switched over to making all the schools have their own productions, it's been such a plus to be able to work, with the crew that we have here at Idaho.
Big tip of the cap to everybody who's been a part of 29 basketball broadcasts now this year and over 60 total broadcasts of the University of Idaho. Coach 18 for Arthur Morera.
You're talking about one of the greatest college women's basketball coaches of all time in Tara Vanderveer. For Arthur Morera, we talked about him after the last game they had here. It's all about the team, but he's done just an exceptional job here this first year at Idaho.
Trisha Binford has done a tremendous job at Montana State as well. 20th season, all with the Bobcats, and really putting on a great show this year. Well, the seasons are changing on a beautiful day out west as the Weber State Wildcats make their way to Moscow, Idaho to take on the Idaho Vandals, and basketball fans can rejoice. This is March. We're excited to be here with you. Trevor Williams alongside Stephen Madison. And Stephen, it's go time for these teams trying to secure seeding down the stretch for the Big Sky tournament, and Idaho has the extra emotion of a senior day.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement, and it is go time. And Weber State coming off a really exciting win in Cheney, and Idaho coming off a tough one versus Idaho State.
For Weber State, Blaze 3, their star guard, one of the best scorers in the country in February, averaging 24 points a game last month.
Yeah, 24 points a game last month.
1-point contest headed to the break. The Vandals leading by 1. It's a great Saturday to kick off the month of March. Your Big Sky Hoops and Senior Day. We're coming back with the halftime, brought to you by Northern Quest. And we take a look at the play from Blaze 3 in the first half. This got him going, these couple backdoor cuts from Alex Chu, and then you saw him really hunt his shot down the stretch.
It started off early on, not able to get the mid-range outside shot going, but you get yourself going with a few layups, and then you start to get those nice little wiggles, and you're able to feel those rhythm shots, and you can see those last two. That one I thought was a three-pointer, foot on the line, but a good first half from 3.
Tyler Morris on the other side for Idaho. He got cooking late in the half. That block shot really sparked him. He had a couple of made three-pointers after that big defensive play.
Yeah, and you talk about a player that really hunts those shots from three-point land. He's always moving, always active, and gives him the opportunity to be available for his teammates for open three-point shots.
I like that move, going back off the 3.
Play good defense, but then finish the possession with rebounds.
Metro Burris has had a lot of those. The former Vandal, 7 points, 9 rebounds this afternoon. Colton Mitchell spinning it out to the corner to Chris Gonzalez, and it's 2 huge threes for Idaho. First Tyler Morris, now Chris Gonzalez.
But set up from Colton Mitchell. That's twice now he's done 2 no-looks in these possessions where he's looking off the defense, and that's giving Chris Gonzalez that extra room to get the three-point shot off.
Mitchell's first 2 assists of the game, and he couldn't have picked a better time. Julius Mims hammering it off the window with the block shot. This building's ready to pop. Gonzalez trying to give him a reason to, and he does on the pull-up three. Another timeout by Weber State as Idaho takes the largest lead of the game at 7.
And you said the energy after the Julius Mims block shot. Coming over to help Cole Mitchell on that drive from Nigel Burris leads to this transition basket again from the three-point line for Chris Gonzalez. And like you mentioned, ICC Arena erupts with energy on